Hey, what's happening, guys? It's Sanjoku. Welcome to episode 8 of The Nation's Voice. For those of you who don't know, every Thursday night, 9:30 Eastern Time, I go live, put 4 topics out there, put my opinion out, and I just want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you guys think about it. It's a really cool show. It's really interactive for you guys that are in here live, and I truly love going back and forth with you. If you're not in here live, be sure to leave it in the comment section. I will definitely reply to it. As usual, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. You know I always do appreciate that. But we're not going to waste too much time. We're going to jump into it. We're going to see what's going on. I don't know if you guys caught Gruden's press conference earlier before we get started, but he was talking about Carl Joseph. He pretty much made it sound like he was going to go out there and be a free agent this season. That kind of sucks to see. He made it sound like we were going to give him an offer, though. Hopefully he doesn't get any bigger offer than that, because I could see him moving on from us. But I really want to see him stick around. And man, I think he's a key part to this defense. So I don't want to see Joseph get lost in free agency, but it's a definite possibility. So we have to keep a serious eye out on that. Hey, Zach, what's happening, dude? But tonight we're going to be talking about Jalen Richard, Clelin Ferrell, Nevin Lawson, and then I want to talk about Gruden for a little bit. There's a good bit to cover. So when I'm going through this, put your opinion out there. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Let me know what you are, if you agree with me or disagree with me. I'm not going to skip your comment if you disagree with me. This whole show is about getting your voice out there and just kind of getting a pulse on where the nation's at right now. So let's go ahead and jump into Jalen Richard. He's 5'8", 205. He's 26 years old. He played in all 16 games. He had 39 carries, 145 yards, which his carries were way down from the past 2 seasons, like way, way down. So that kind of sucked to see. I mean, I get it. We have Jacobs out there, so he's going to get the bulk of the carries. But it seemed like Richard took a big step back this season. But we went out there and re-signed him, so he had 3.7 yard average. He had 36 catches for 323 yards, and he never scored a touchdown this season. So I guess my question to you guys would be, one, were you happy to see Jalen extended? I know that I seriously was. I think he is key in the pass blocking game. And I mean, the dude can catch. And even during Gruden and Mayek's press conferences, they were talking about how there's more ways to pass in the NFL right now. And I think his hands are really what kept him on this team. But I don't know if that was the writing on the wall for DeAndre Washington, because I'll tell you right now, hey, catch up, what's happening, man? If DeAndre ends up hitting free agency, he's gone. Like, he is gone. I can honestly see him going to the 49ers. I think he would be a really good fit over there, as much as I would hate to see that. But I want to see his career keep going, but I do think he's done with the Raiders, especially since we have not re-signed him yet. We already went in there and locked down Jalen's contract. So are you happy that we kept Jalen? And do you think that is the writing on the wall for DeAndre Washington? Because our other backs I could really see kind of getting moved on from here, except for Isaiah Crowell. Zach says, Richard is amazing in pass blocking. If he teaches Jacobs that skill, we got Jacobs on the field more than third downs, and we'll all be happy. That is true. And they talked about that too, expanding Jacobs' role and getting him out there and being that blocking back. But I like having Richard out there. The only thing that I don't like about Jalen is that he's not, if Jacobs goes down and Washington wasn't either, and neither is Richard, they can't be that number 2 back that can step up to that number 1 spot and play a consistent amount of carries. That's why I'm truly hoping we go out there and get another back in free agency or in the draft this year. Just somebody that has that potential to be that number 1 if fucking something happens to Jacobs again, because if it does, it's going to totally screw us and bite us in the ass. So I really want to be wary of that. So let me know what you guys think about that. I'm a big fan of Jalen Richard, not going to lie. I think he's a major, major asset to this team in every aspect of our offense. And I know that's why we went out and re-signed him, but I don't know. I want to hear from you guys on that one. The next one we got, I'll talk about him for a minute, is Clelin Ferrell. He's 6'4", 265. He's 22 years old. He played in 15 games, so he only missed 1 game. He had 38 total tackles and 24 solo tackles. He had 4.5 sacks, 1 fumble recovered, and he had 5 pass defended, which is, I mean, some of that's just him sticking his hand up. Some of it's breaking up the screenplays. I really think that Ferrell had an incredibly good rookie season. I think he was overshadowed a good bit by Max Crosby, and I'll take that all day. But think Farrell playing the position that he's playing is not like a true edge rusher, just more of a true defensive end. I think he did a damn good job. And I think Marinelli's going to end up working wonders with that kid. So I'm super excited to see how that kind of pairs out right there. There was a lot of people that were really down on Farrell through the majority of this season. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, he's a rookie that's going in there and starting these games. And he made huge progress, like truly huge progress. And then seeing him move forward and keep building and keep getting stronger, I think it's going to end up making a dramatic difference for us going forward. Because I really think that Salt and Peppa could end up being a huge impact in the league. I truly hope that name doesn't catch on, but it really could be a big impact. And for us to have two just true defensive ends that are out there the majority of the time will make a huge difference for this team. Ketchup says, if we need to get weapons for Carr, we should draft a running back late. We know injuries happen, so let's add depth. Same with the wide receivers. If we draft the number one, and he gets hurt, Tyrell becomes our number one again. Dude, it's so much of this team right now. And I'll get to more of this when I'm talking about Gruden. But I really think this team is so damn close. It's just a few key starters and then depth. Because depth is what killed us this past season. Like, truly killed us. And injuries, they bit us in the ass hard this year. Like, truly hard. So, hopefully it skips a year. We go out there and have a pretty healthy season. Because I think if we could stay healthy, you'd be amazed what this team could pull off next season. Jumping back into Farrell real quick. Let me know what you guys think about him. Let me know. I mean, I don't see him having like the superstar potential, but I see him being a truly solid piece to add on to this defense to where it's like, all right, we have a defensive end lockdown. Because if we have him and Crosby on both sides, we have Hurst in the middle, we have Hall next to him, I really like that setup, especially with Dion coming in the back end with the rotation. I think we're actually looking pretty damn good. I know, who was it? It was either Gruden or Mayock. I think it was Mayock came out and said that P.J. Hall was going to have to take a major step with Marinelli, which honestly, I was good to see, kind of getting in that kid's head, letting him know, like, you're going to have to put in the work if you're going to stay on this defense. Rob, what's happening? Need C.D. Lamb and a solid first-round middle linebacker. I mean, I would take that in a damn heartbeat. If that was our first round right there, I would be so happy with that. I'm really curious to see what they do. They both have been talking up the defense a good bit, and I don't think we'll go two defensive players in the first round with our first two picks, but I do think it's a real possibility that we do, especially because everybody keeps talking about the depth that these teams have. So I'm really curious to see how that one plays out. That draft is going to be a damn good time. I'm going to stream it. Well, not stream it, but I'll be live when the draft is on. I know a lot of people do big draft shows, and I know I'm a pretty small channel. But if you guys want to come hang out for that, I'll definitely be live during that because I am so curious to see what we end up pulling off in this draft because there is no telling. Farrell was the 4th overall pick in last year's draft, and nobody expected us to take him. There was a lot of talent on that board when we did take him. So there's no telling what we're going to do. I'm very curious to see how that happens. Zach says Farrell is a very solid piece. He looked pretty damn good in the run game, in my opinion. And he has the same some dog in him and on his stunts. Excited that year 2 leap. And that year 2 leap could be big, dude. And that's what I'm saying. Salt and Pepper could make a leap like you would not believe. And I'll tell you, if those two dudes are coming off the edge as fast as they possibly can, that's going to open up Hurst and Hall dramatically. And I really think Hurst is going to make a major step in this next season. It's going to be, our defensive line might actually be something that's feared in the NFL, and that is something that we truly need. And we got a shot at doing it right now, so I'm super excited about that. Rob says, third a cornerback, another linebacker, and running back or wide receiver. We have 3 third-round picks. We do have 3 third-round picks. We do not have a second, but we do have 2 first-round picks. And then, I'm not sure after that. I'm not sure if we got rid of our 5th in that Antonio Brown trade or not. But, dude, we have 5 picks in like the top 100 players out there. That is huge. That is the top 100 players in that draft class coming onto our team. And Mayock nailed that fucking draft last season. Like, nailed it to a T. So I was super happy to see that. And I really think he's going to do it again. And if those guys can take the next step, we can get a decent draft class in here. And we don't blow our money on something stupid in free agency. We're going to have a chance to fill some of these major holes that we have on the defensive side of the ball. And, dude, I'm telling you right now, that third season coming in on a rebuild, that's huge. These guys got something to prove right here. And they better damn do it, because if they don't, there's going to be a lot of players out of jobs next season. All right, so that's pretty much what I got on you guys for Clelin out there. Let me know what you think about him. Let me know if you were happy with how high we took him with the players that we left on the board out there. But I really think that he's going to end up being a major, major asset for us. Ketchup says, after watching Mayock talk about wide receivers drafted in the first round and the numbers they produce, I truly think that we are trading down our 12th pick and 19th for additional picks. Ketchup, that's possible. I'm very curious to see. They love their draft picks so much that if they could bulk some up, especially off those 2 first-rounders, I know they would do it. You could trade your first-rounders and get a bunch of second-round picks out there. With the way they draft, I would honestly be okay with it, but I want to see one of these top linebackers come on to the Raiders. That is a desperate, desperate need for this team. We have to get them out there. If we do not get some solid linebackers out there, we are truly, truly screwed. And I know that video I was kind of screwing around a little bit. I was just having some fun out there. But if you get 2 solid-ass linebackers and just people that can play other positions besides linebackers like Simmons out there, dude, why not fucking get them both? Just get them both, get them on this team, and just fill that huge-ass void that we have out there. Bring Carl Joseph back, bring Abram, or get Abrams healthy again. Dude, our defense would be looking pretty damn good. I'm high on Mullins too, so I mean, we got a shot at having a damn good defense if we just play it right now. No to Robbie Anderson in free agency, too much money. Hell no to Robbie Anderson. That kid is not the answer at our number 1 wide receiver position. Even if we get him cheap, which isn't going to happen, somebody's going to dramatically overpay for him. I truly hope it's not us. I think there's better options out there for us. I think that rookie class is going to end up, you might see 1 or 2 of them on this Raider team. I'm not talking like the big name guys. I'm just talking like maybe somebody early, but we'll definitely get 1 or 2 other guys late, and then bring probably 1 or 2 guys in from free agency and just let them fight for that spot, because we need to get this wide receiver crew way, way back up to where it needs to be, because it's struggling right now. Like, truly, truly struggling. Yeah, screw Robbie, though. Somebody's going to overpay for him, and it's going to be sad to see. Okay, then we'll jump into Nevin Lawson. This one, you guys are going to have to help me out. We need to draft in mid-draft a big running back to provide rest for Jacobs. Yeah, I've said that before, Rob. I truly have. If you check my past videos, I truly think Gruden's going to go out there and just bring in a true bruiser. I think it will be in the draft. I think it'll be honestly pretty late in the draft, where he's just going to get somebody that's just nothing more than a big-ass back that's going to go in there and drop his shoulder every single time. I would love to see it. I think that's a major piece that we're missing on this offense right now. I think that's another big reason why you're going to see DeAndre moved on from. So I agree with you there, and I think that will be the draft. I don't think that's going to be a free agency move. All right, so Nevin Lawson, he's 5'10", he's 190, he's 28 years old. He played in 11 games because he had that suspension at the beginning of the season. He had 24 total tackles, 20 solo tackles. He had 5 passes defended, which is the same as Cleveland out there. I mean, so that's a tough one right there. He had 0 interceptions. He's never had a pick in his whole career, ever, once. Dude's never picked off a pass in the NFL. And we signed him to a 1-year extension. Maybe it's just me, I did not see Lawson being that good of a player. I truly didn't. I did not think he was going to get extended. I did not think he was going to be on this team again. Maybe I'm missing something out there. I could definitely be wrong. And I mean, having 24 total tackles and 20 solo, I mean, you're making the play when the play comes to you, and I understand that. He's a good tackler, but his coverage was a little bit questionable. I know he was still learning the system, and he was on the suspension, so, I mean, he had a couple misreads out there where he made a few bad plays. But let me know what you guys think about Lawson, because I'm kind of at a loss for him. I still don't know if he's going to make this team. I know we gave him the 1-year extension, but that really doesn't mean anything if you end up getting some really talented people in there that end up really playing and fighting for that position. Maybe Lawson is good on special teams and for QB or cornerback depth. And that's very possible. He could be a damn good special teams player. And I'd like to see, I don't know. I'd like to see what he has, but at the same time, if I can get somebody younger and faster that doesn't have any trouble staying in this league, I'd take that all damn day. Lawson played good during the season. Preseason, he sucked. I think he's an upgrade from Joyner. Hey, Renee, what's happening, dude? I didn't realize that was you. Hardcore, what's happening, man? Lawson is a tough one for me, because I truly think that if Lawson had the power, or not the power, had the team around him that he truly needs, he would have been a way, way, way better fucking player, like 110% better. I think if Abram would have stayed healthy, you would have seen Joyner have a completely different season. I truly am not a huge fan of Joyner. I think he's too small to play that position, especially with the way that the NFL's headed right now. But the dude can hit, and he can make some plays, but he cannot make those plays if he's in man coverage with somebody. Like, he just can't. He's one of those guys that just kind of wanders the field and then makes plays off of instinct, and we took that away from him, and he had that. That's the reason he got the big contract. And then once he realized that he was coming in here and he was going to be going just one-on-one with some of the best tight ends in football, because unfortunately they're in the AFC West, it was a rude awakening for him, but it was a rude awakening for the whole damn team out there. So, I don't know. That is a tough one, dude. I don't think he is an upgrade over Joyner. I just think we're having Joyner play out of position right now. So, Joku, why is the Raiders meeting with Brady's agent at the Combine? Because he came out and they said that that Brady's agent and everybody, they weren't traveling. Everybody had to come to Brady, and everybody had to meet up at the same spot. That whole thing is a joke, dude. I cannot stress that enough. There is no way that we blow the cap space that we have right now in such a crucial season on one dude who honestly had he had the same numbers as Carr. So, he had a pretty mediocre year last year. And I don't see him improving this team. I don't see him improving this team as much as the leap that Carr is about to make next season. A lot of people think I'm crazy for saying that, but I'm going to say that until his ass either proves me right or proves me wrong. And if he proves me wrong, I'm going to be the first person telling you to get his ass off this team. I promise you that. Lawson is a waste of money at 5'10". He would be good fit only for covering down Sproles. All our safeties, though, not all of them. Abram has some size, but Joyner's a little guy. Joseph is a little guy. They do not have the size to go out there and match up with these tight ends, and that's truly what you have to have. So it's a tough fit. That's another reason I could see us moving on from Carl Joseph, just to get some safeties in there that are at least 6'1", 6'2", that can go out there and have like the 220, 230 size to go out there and the speed to hang with these guys, because these tight ends that are coming in they're a different breed, man. Rob H says, sign Worley and Joseph to team-friendly deals and let go and move on. I think Worley will definitely be around. Carl Joseph, I just don't know if he's going to stick around. I could truly see him getting a pretty big, not like a big contract out there, but getting paid more than we're willing to offer him. The dude showed shots of just brilliance out there, so I'm really curious to see how it plays out and what happens with it. Man, that's going to be a tough one. I do not want to lose him, but I do not think he's going to take a team-friendly deal either. Zach says, Lawson seemed like a depth extension to me. And it could have been, because, Good was a depth extension for us at the same time. They kind of did both those guys at the same time and got them to where they were still pretty cheap. So I don't disagree with the move. I didn't see anything that really stuck out to me from Lawson. That's why I wanted to ask you guys about it. Hardcore says it's going to happen. I can feel it, even if I hate Brady. Dude, I'll tell you this. Gruden came out there in his press conference, and Matt came out there, and they both talked up Gruden. And they did. They left the window open. I'm not going to lie about that. But if you go to their Sirius XM radio interviews, they kind of were a little bit more straightforward about it. They talked about building around Carr, and I truly hope that's the way we go. And the only reason that I say that hardcore is that this team has a shot right now at being great for like 7 to 10 years if they don't screw anything up. If you bring in a guy like Brady and you get rid of Carr, and maybe Carr's not the answer, and maybe in a season or two we draft somebody or we get somebody in this draft to kind of be playing behind him. But bringing a guy like Brady, it blows your money. And not only does it blow your money to where you can't re-sign these other people that you actually have to have on this team, it only buys you 1 or 2 years, and then the dude's done. He's going out there trying to prove something. I truly think he's going back to New England, and if he doesn't, I think he's going to go to Tennessee, and that shit would be ugly for 2 seasons. And for as much as I want to win right damn now, I'd rather see us win for 7 to 10 years than win in the next 1 or 2 years if we win consistently. And I think we got a shot at it, man. I truly do. So, shit, I could be wrong, though. Carr could go out there and get hurt week 1, and then we just go 12-4 or 2-14, and we're just screwed. Zach says, still interested to see Isaiah Johnson get really playing time after full training camp. They keep emphasizing length on the defense. Johnson is 6'2". I truly love Isaiah Johnson. I talked him up at the when he came back off IR last season, and then he never got a shot at playing, so I kind of got pissed off about that. I really think that kid has some true talent in him. He definitely has the size. I want to see him play. He is fast as shit. And that preseason injury was a bad one. And then when he came back, I think they saw that he had some talent in him, so we kind of just shelved him for the rest of the season. So, yeah, I'm with you. I want to see how that plays out big time. Big time. Ketchup says, do you guys think Carr would be traded to Indy? In return, Indy gives us the first round pick. Unless we get a high Ray Robbery deal, I'd rather keep Carr. I mean, for as much as I love Derek Carr, if somebody was willing to cough up their first round pick for Derek Carr, I would take it. I would totally take that this offseason. If we can go into the draft with 3 first round picks and one of them was Indy's, I'd be happy as shit about that. We would find a quarterback, and even if we didn't get like our superstar quarterback this coming season, we would add so much just true talent to this team that would be insane. I don't see it happening, but I would take that in a heartbeat. That's tough catch up, but I'm still team Carr. Move Worley to free safety, sign or draft a cornerback. I really think Worley's going to be playing more of a safety position this next season. I've seen a few mock drafts out there that had us taking a corner in the first. I don't think that's the right move, even though Mullins ended up working out damn good. If there's a truly big name corner, I really haven't tracked the corners at all this offseason because I really didn't see us taking one early. So, but it's possible. It's definitely possible. I'd like to see, who was it? That dude from the Lions, Darius Slay. If that dude ended up coming to Oakland, I would be so damn happy. And I wouldn't even be pissed if we overpaid for him. That dude is a superstar who's been stuck on a shit-ass team. He would flip this defense. Him by himself would be a huge impact on this defense. And I would take that. I would take that in a second. Hardcore, Carr is only worth a second or a third round pick max. That's what I'm saying. He is. And so if somebody is willing to cough up their first, yeah, you jump on that. You jump on that and you take it. And I'm sorry, Carr, but that is what it is. It's a business. You're moving forward. If somebody's willing to overpay that much for you, we're taking it. Renee, our defense played better. Joyner was hurt, and Lawson got play time. That's true, dude. But like I said, I think he was playing out of position. I think Lawson can play that role. And honestly, that might be it. Is that Lawson can go out there and play that role to where he gets in there and he can make that man coverage when a guy like Joyner can't. So that's a very, very real possibility and a good point. Either way, I love you, Sug Joku. Respect you all. Raider Nation for life. Hardcore, man, I appreciate that. If you guys are in here and you've never checked out Hardcore channel, that dude, he puts out some quality Raider videos, but he also brings a lot of the Raider people together and puts on shows where there's sometimes 5 or 6 of those dudes sitting around talking Raider football. And it is a damn good time. They were doing it during the season. I think they're all just kind of chilling out during the off season. I know Hardcore is still putting some videos out there. So check him out, guys. Be sure to subscribe to his channel. He's the real deal. I'm telling you right now, in my opinion, there's a pretty small handful of legit Raider channels out there. Hardcore is definitely one of them. And And Watts is another one. Smo is another one. I'm not going to sit here and plug a bunch of channels, but at the same time, I just want to put that out there that got to stick with where you're going. So I appreciate it hardcore. And the last thing I wanted to touch on was John Gruden. And he's 56. He's 4'1". He's 220. Those aren't real stats, but he always looks so damn little out there around all those players, just yelling his fucking head off. But the real stats are here. He's got 11 wins and 21 losses in his first two seasons. Or first two seasons back, I should say. Dude, those aren't good numbers. They are not good numbers at all. And I don't know. I started to question it a little bit towards the end of last season. I've been questioning it a lot more during the offseason this season. I don't know if Gruden, I don't want to say that he doesn't have what it takes because all this dude does is study football, but his damn offense seems so predictable. It was so predictable that by the end of the season, we had other teams out there saying, man, we knew exactly what they were going to do. I'll tell you, if one team's saying it out loud, every other team knows what you're doing. A lot of it because of the injuries. A lot of it was because they were able to just stack the box because they knew we didn't have the outside threats to stop them. But Gruden's elaborate offense looked like a solid 4 or 5 plays that would occasionally work from time to time. That shit started to wear on me by the end of the season. And I'll tell you right now, for as many people that point the finger at Carr, some of y'all need to start pointing that finger at Gruden. Because if he cannot turn this around and prove that if he has the weapons, that offense is going to be more wide open, we're going to get shit on in a lot of these games, especially when we go up against these top-tier defenses. We all saw what happened against the Jets that were struggling, but they still had a damn good defense. Gruden brought his offense out there, and they got shit on, like completely shit on. So I want to know what you guys think about that. I don't want to say that he's holding Carr back, but at the same time, when Carr had a better offensive coordinator, when he had Bill out there, he was lighting things up. But now he's following a script, and he's following that thing close. And he does not veer off of that at all. And if he does, he has to explain himself. And I think that shit is truly holding him back. And I think a lot of that's Gruden's ego. But I want to know. I want to know if you guys think I'm off base about that. But I'll tell you right now, if we go out there and we do not make the playoffs next season, Carr's gone. You can bank on that shit. But I think Gruden would end up being in the hot seat. I think he would end up getting one more year just with a rookie quarterback or a young quarterback or just any different quarterback just to see if that was the problem. But if that didn't fix it, that's the end of Gruden too. But I want to get your guys' thoughts on that. Let me know what you think about that. Because I'll tell you, we need a winning season. Gruden and Carr need a winning season or this shit's going to come to an end incredibly fast. So let me know what you guys think about that. Raider said, appreciate that, Sanjoku. We're going to bring you on soon. Raider Nation for life. Ketchup says, Gruden knows his stuff, but he needs to get with the program and sprinkle some college plays. They can even do the Philly special and call it the casino special. I mean, he needs to do something. And me and you have talked about this before to where when they get up and they start winning, Gruden takes his foot off the gas. And you cannot do that shit in the league anymore. But he's done it time and time again. So, I mean, it's tough to watch, but at the same time, I want to see it happen. Nick's, what's up, dude? I read your comment. I just missed your name that time. Renee, the offense does get flat every so often, but I think most offenses do. Chiefs go flat just as much, if not more. They do, but when the Chiefs catch on fire, they end up putting up a ton of points. Like, that's the thing. Like, we had some long, methodical drives that controlled teams completely down the field, and we punched it in for a touchdown. And that's Gruden's offense. That is what Gruden wants to do every single time. He wants to wear down a defense. He wants to consistently put up points, but we just were not able to consistently put up those points, and that's what ended up screwing us. But a team like the Chiefs, when they do turn it on, and you saw that shit, it was 4 minutes. They put up 3 touchdowns on us, and then they didn't score again for the rest of the game. So, I mean, that game was ours to be had, and that was the firepower. Renee says, we need the firepower. We truly do. That's what Gruden was saying. And that's what I'm curious to see what they bring in. I think we're going to end up getting 1 or 2 big-name dudes out there that are going to truly bring in that edge for us. If we don't, I think it's going to be another long-ass season. We have gone through probably 12 wide receivers in the last 2 years. the receiver turnover on this team has been insane, like truly insane. Gruden's talked about it. Carr's mentioned it. If I was Carr, I'd be pissed about it. I'd just be saying something like, just keep somebody on this damn team. It's incredibly frustrating. But I think they're locked in with Williams. I think they're locked in with Renfrow. We definitely have Waller moving forward. And those are three key pieces that are not going to leave Carr this next season. And then he's going to have 2 or 3 guys that he's going to have to break in and keep them learning this system. I think if you get that number 1 guy out there who can learn this offense pretty damn quick, or at least just, because that's the thing, he's not going to be able to build that like true rapport with Carr through one off season unless it's somebody that's been in the league for a minute. So I could see a veteran guy coming in there. I've seen a few people mention it. You know, guys, I don't dig into the rumors too much, but I think A.J. Green would be a damn good fit on this team. I don't think the Bengals are going to let him go. They're probably going to franchise tag him, but he doesn't want to be there. It's pretty blatantly obvious. If he snuck over and ended up being our number 1, and this is going against something I said in the past, because at first I did not think that A.J. Green was going to be able to bounce back, but the more that I've read about it and looked into it, it honestly looked like that guy just took a season off because he did not want to play where he was. So I can see him moving on, getting that extra money. And I'll tell you right now, I'd take A.J. Green. We all do, bro. Been tough for years. Yes, it has. I agree, needs to be, not to be so conservative. He doesn't. It kills us, man. It truly, truly kills us. I think he, and I really don't know if that's just him missing pieces to where he can't open it up, but I'm telling you, right, that looks like his offense. That's like his old school offense back coming out right now. And it used to work. That offense does not work anymore. It truly doesn't. But I've seen him drop some screen passes and some other plays to where our tight ends are just wide open in the middle of nowhere. And the talent that we have at the tight end position could be huge. So, I mean, just go for it, Gruden. Open up that damn playbook. I think Gruden needs to simplify his playbook. He does. I mean, especially with how young his team is right now. But Carr has his playbook down to a science. I think what he needs to do is just kind of let Carr unlock it in the offense. Stop getting in his head every damn play. Let him make his audibles without having to explain himself. And just let him go for it. And I'm really hoping this is a season where we see that happen. Like, all right, you know the offense. You know exactly what I want. Go for it. And if Carr can't do it, somebody else is going to have to. Renfrow is so reliable in the middle and getting open. Third in Renfrow in college and now with the Raiders. Renfrow is a beast. And that kid is going to be awesome. He's going to be like the next best slot receiver in the league. He's hands down better than Seth Roberts. I was pretty pissed when we lost Seth, but at the same time, bringing in Renfrow, I do not miss him at all. So, way to be, Renfrow. Keep that shit going, man. Hardcore, I like A.J. Green a lot, bro. I agree. Our offense has to be able to compete with the Chiefs and score points. It's not, I mean, it's the Chiefs, it's the Ravens. Honestly, it's not even really the Patriots anymore. There's going to be some teams out there that are stepping up that you can see starting to build right now. Like a team like Arizona is starting to build that young, super fast team with the quarterback that can move. Those teams are going to become very, very relevant in the league. I mean, they already are, but I'm seeing you're going to see more and more of them coming forward. And that's going to be hard to deal with. And that's why our defense needs to be fast, like incredibly fast. I'm curious to see. Everybody always says, because this shit happens every few years, to where it's like the pocket quarterback is dying in the league, and then he ends up winning like 3 or 4 Super Bowls. But it was always Brady. And if Brady's declining and the pocket quarterback might be dying, Carr is a pocket quarterback. And it would be up to him to prove to everybody that it still matters. Renee, A.J. Green is trash. Reminds me of the typical Raiders pickup. A wide receiver at the end of their career. Man, that's a tough one. Because A.J. Green, he's not a diva. But I agree with you. I'm not even going to lie to you. 2 months ago, I said the same thing. He's been hurt all season. Doesn't want to play. Just out there getting a paycheck. So I'm curious to see what happens with that. Mac will find 2 gem wide receivers in the 3rd round. That would be crazy, dude. If we went defense, and then our second 2 third rounders, we got receiver. I'd take that. I'd take that in a heartbeat. I'm not going to lie. I tried ordering Renfrow jersey on Raiders website a couple of days ago, and it was completely sold out. Raider Nation loves that kid. He's a fighter, dude. He's a true fighter. He gets out there. He's young. He's fast. He gives everything he has on every play. And he's quick enough to just break those little snap routes that get you the first downs. And then, I'll tell you, when he busted that touchdown, I did not think he had that breakaway speed, but he truly does. He ran away from people on that. I know it was adrenaline. I know he was super excited, but that was happy to see, man. Catch up. Carr just needs to command the huddle, do hard counts, hurry up the line on fourth downs more, take more chances in the red zone, and just try to get TDs instead of field goals. I completely agree with that 110%. I just don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if that's Carr or if that's Gruden. Because Gruden wants this offense ran an exact way, and if we're not running it that way, he's going to be in Carr's ear. So I don't know, man. It's kind of like, take him out of the damn car seat. Let him ride up front. Give him a chance. This is probably going to be his last year as a Raider if we blow it. So give that kid a chance to go out there and prove himself. It takes us like 10 minutes to get down the field for 6 points. It kills me. It does, man. But those methodical drives, though, like, that's a big part of football. And I know you understand that. And it's tough to watch sometimes. It's tough to watch a drive that goes for like 8 minutes and then we end up punting. Because that shit happened more than a few times. And it drove me insane. So I get what you're saying. We're controlling the clock. But if you're not putting up points and you're just milking the clock, all you're doing is running out of time for yourself to score points because our defense isn't stopping teams out there. Guys, catch up. We drive down the field only for mustard. Or it was a friendly joke, bro. Oh, man. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much what I had for you guys tonight. We're coming up on almost the 40-minute mark. So I just wanted to put it out there, get everybody's opinions on it. Thank you guys all so much to come out and check this shit out live. You guys make this show possible, and I truly, truly do appreciate that. I'll be back in a day or two with some new content. If anything happens, you know I'll be out here breaking it for you guys. Thank you all again. Please do subscribe. I'm Son Joku. We will catch you guys later.